Hi, I'm Eliza here with Us Weekly, and today we have a very special guest in the studio, actor Steve Schirripa, and his dog, Willie.
This is Willie Boy, and he loves these fresh pet treats already. How are
Yeah,
you? Thanks for having us.
thanks for coming. All right, so we're going to talk about your Fresh Pet ad, which unfortunately does not star Willie, but please tell us about how it came about.
They approached me. Willie's been eating fresh pet for 2 years, so it's kind of amazing when they called and they said if I would like to do the ad. And I read it, and it's so funny. And I kind of slipped. I've been playing a detective for the last 9 years, but I slipped back into my old Soprano-esque ways, as we say. And the commercial was really, really funny. And I wanted to bring awareness to people. The dogs eat different now. It's better for your dogs to eat, fresh meat and vegetables and fruits. And it's okay to have the dog food in the refrigerator like we do and we've had for years. So I wanted to kind of bring awareness that it's okay. No more kibble, no more canned food, none of that stuff. Good, fresh stuff. And they live a longer life, a happy life. Look at them. This guy's going to be 6 years old. He eats fresh bread. He can't wait to eat it. I mean, it's quite amazing. Listen, he eats at 5 p.m. He starts up at about 4:30 out of a dead sleep. Boom, trying to eat.
Yeah, they always know exactly what their dinner time is.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And so, fans who've seen the ad know there's a different dog, Junior. Why was Willie not allowed to be in the ad with you?
Well, we kind of decided, and Willie was on set, and he gave his approval. We had professional dogs. Willie took a step back, but he was there. We took a lot of photos, and he's on Instagram with our stuff, and he chose to sit this one out. But he did make his TV debut on Blue Bloods.
Oh,
he was
okay.
in an episode of Blue Bloods, and this past season, the last season, so that was good. You wait, and so he sat this way. He left it to the big boys. You know what I mean?
Does he have the showbiz bug now? Do you think he wants to be an
I
actor?
think he does. He's a ham. When we make videos, because we do a lot of videos on Instagram, we say, you want to make a video? And he just goes crazy. Be nice. Be nice.
So you mentioned for the ad, you kind of got to go back to your Sopranos world, only, in the ad, you're the boss. Was there anything particularly from The Sopranos that you were trying to channel or reference when you were filming?
Yeah, my character on The Sopranos was a soft guy and a sensitive guy, and here I was a tough guy. And it's funny, but I got a text from David Chase, the creator of The Sopranos, who said, "I didn't know you could play a tough guy." Which was really a compliment and funny. He was being funny, and because I wasn't that guy on the show, but I worked with Bobby Costanzo, who's been around forever. I know him from Brooklyn days, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. And there's Johnny Roast Beef was one of the guys, and the other three were wonderful actors from L.A. And it was a lot of fun. And we shot it in legendary American Legion Hall. They say. Charlie Chaplin, Humphrey Bogart, that was their hangout. Kind of looks the same. It was a really nice atmosphere, and it was a big shoot. And yeah, I know. I'll give you more. He's also a con artist. No. We've had years ago. We had golden retrievers back in Vegas, but we had two other wiener dogs before him, Bobby and Carly, and we took care of my mother-in-laws. So at one point. There was a bunch of wiener dogs around. They're very stubborn. They're incredibly smart. They're wonderful dogs. And we make these videos, and it just happened by accident, and we make people happy, and that's what I like. People are happy. They see him, and they say, we put music to a lot of them, and they say we look forward to Monday morning or whatever. And that's why. He makes me happy. He's like our son. We have two grown daughters. They're out of the house. Our kids think we're nuts. I say, Willie's your brother. Be nice. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. We're talking.
I know you're a big Yankees fan, and Aaron Judge, also a Dachshund guy.
Anthony Rizzo.
Yes. Have you ever met any of the Yankees dogs?
I have not met the Yankee dog. We've talked about it. Anthony Rizzo and I have talked about getting them together, but we have not.
We need to make it happen.
But speaking of the Yankees, May 31st in Somerset, New Jersey, the Double-A team, it's Sopranos night, and there's a Steve and Willie bobblehead.
Willie's part of the bobblehead?
He's in my arms, just like this. He's part of the bobblehead. He was there last year on the field. This is our second year doing it. May 31st, first 1,000 people get a Steve, Schirripa, and Willie Boy bobblehead.
Okay, well,
That's
no,
a collector's item.
I'm definitely
I'll
coming.
save you one.
And what is your favorite part about having a dog?
You know, I think he makes me laugh a lot. You know, he makes us laugh a lot. Like, you know, and like I said, we're empty nesters now, and I don't know. He's kind of like the focus of us. I mean, like I said, the kids think we're nuts. I like that he's healthy, and he keeps me active, and we walk him a lot, and we have a big backyard at our other house, and we run him a lot, and he brings joy to us and to other people, you know. And he wears these outfits, and you know, he's funny. He's fun.
Yeah. My dog, this is my first dog, and I love how they kind of make you forget, like, the small stuff. It's like, I need to go outside. Whatever's going on with you, I don't care.
Absolutely. And, you know, he knows when you're not feeling well, and he knows when, he knows, If one of us are not feeling well or sick or, he's kind of like, he's a good companion. He really is. He's a sweet dog.
And do you have any favorite New York City spots where, Willie is on a first name basis?
Oh, restaurants?
Yeah.
He's been every restaurant in the city, this guy. We go down to Danico, one of the best Italian restaurants in the city. He's there all the time. And we go to Harvest Kitchen on the Upper West Side. He's welcome there. He loves their tortilla chips. In California, where we had a place, there's a place Carlos, and he's out and about.
Great.
He's been to some fine restaurants.
He's really living
And
the
he
life.
flies first class most of the time.
Wow.
I've had, and no lie, thousands of people on social media ask me why he wasn't in the air. Thousands.
That was the first thing I said when I saw it. I was like, wait, because I follow him on Instagram. And I was like, where's Willie Boy?
It was such a big production, honestly. He could not have handled that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people while we were shooting this thing. And, these dogs, there were two different ones, and they had to come in, and they had to do what they had to do, and it wouldn't have worked,
Yeah.
I mean, he's fine, me holding him. And on Blue Bloods, I held him, the whole time, take after take, and he was pretty good, The commercial is very popular.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't go anywhere in the city without, anywhere, it's, they've been playing it a lot. And
Every football game, it's on.
it's a fan favorite,
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to next ask you about your new Hallmark movie that's coming out.
February 22nd.
What can you tell us about it?
It's called Sisterhood Inc., and it stars Rachel Leigh Cook and Daniela Monet. And I've never did a Hallmark movie. I was offered one years ago. It was, believe it or not, a bucket list thing. I go, how many guys could go from The Sopranos to Hallmark? But I made the jump, and I was very happy, and I had a wonderful time, and we shot it up in the Albany area. And it's a Valentine's Day kind of movie, and the cast is wonderful, and I really had a good time. I hope to do more. I liked it. Very nice, no arguing, no killing, no nothing. Even on Blue Bloods, which I loved, but I must have killed 4 or 5 people. I killed more people as a cop than I did as a mobster.
Do you watch a lot of Hallmark movies yourself?
I've watched my share. I mean, I'm not glued to it, but yeah, I've watched. Listen, it's just a nice, nice vibe. Sometimes you're not in a great mood. You don't want to watch anything heavy. If I want to watch bad stuff, you put the news on. Sometimes you just want to watch something nice.
If you were going to write your own Hallmark movie, what would be your dream plot?
Well, I would be a writer with writer's block, stuck in a log cabin, right? Isn't that it? And I meet my high school sweetheart again. Those are the plots usually.
Yeah.
Not on this one, but it's on that order, right? So I go up to the log cabin to get out of writer's block and I run into the one girl in town that happens to be good looking.
Okay, I have an idea. Last year they did one with the NFL that was all about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think we need to get you in a MLB one about the Yankees, and then we can get the Aaron Judge,
I would like
Rizzo,
to
Dachshund
get our
meetup.
wiener dogs together. That would be a
Let's
good
call,
one.
call Hallmark. Let them know.
And I brought Willie to a Yankee game, and they put him up on the big screen.
He was allowed?
He was allowed. he came to Yankee Stadium. We put him up on the big screen. I got a huge round of applause. And my goal, and I don't know if I could get it on, as I'm a big Knick fan, is to get him in the Garden. But I haven't been able to pull that off yet. We'll see.
Yeah, still time. Season's still going.
We'll see.
And I know Blue Bloods is over now, but it's one of the Us team's favorite shows. What was it like to be part of a show that appeals across so many different generations?
Well, I had really never seen the show. I joined in season 6. I came in for 1, maybe 2 episodes, and I wound up doing 146. And it's a wonderful show, and it is I had no idea how popular it was, and it is, and how people are very disappointed it ended. No one seems to know why. The ratings were great. Tom Selleck fought with all his might to keep it on the air. The cast is wonderful. As soon as I met everyone, I was like one of the family. I worked with Donnie Wahlberg's great, and Tom, and Bridget Moynihan, and Will Estes. And I think it was kind of like the Waltons in a way. They all got together on Sunday, and I think people miss that, the audience, and they see that in this family, that they got together every Sunday no matter what, whether they got along, whether they didn't, they were arguing. Every Sunday, without fail, they got together, and I think that really struck a nerve with people, that family dinner, and I was lucky enough to be invited once, and that was a big deal for me. I was very honored and then Tom Selleck tells a lot of jokes, so I had to laugh at his joke. They all heard it. I was the new guy.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, you didn't get to do a lot of scenes with him, but there must be tons of great stories.
I did 2 scenes with him.
Yeah.
The thing is that we shot in Brooklyn, and those stages, there's different buildings. You're not all in one studio. So I didn't see Tom all that often. Matter of fact, in the finale of this season, it's the first time I saw him in a year and a half.
Wow.
Blue Bloods didn't have a read-through. Sopranos had a read-through. Every episode we got together, whether you were working or not, and the whole table, the whole cast, and the writers would all be there, and you would read the script from front to back. Blue Bloods didn't do that. So you didn't see people if you didn't work with them for quite a while. I mostly worked with Bridget and with Donnie Wahlberg, but I worked with Tom twice. We were at the family dinner, and then we had a scene in the hospital together, and it was great to see him. When I said, I haven't seen you, he said, it's about time. He was a wonderful guy, and it was an honor. He's a TV icon. It was an honor to work with him. He was always really nice to me.
And who have you stayed in touch with since the show wrapped?
Well, I saw Bridget a few weeks ago at a Knick game. I talked to Will Estes. Everybody's doing their thing. I think next week I'm going to see a few of them. There's some charity event that some of us are going to go to. I talked to some of the writers and producers, that kind of thing. And even like on Sopranos, you kind of, you're all together all the time, and then you kind of go, everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah, there have also been a lot of talk about a possible spinoff. Is that something that you would be willing to come back for if that happened?
Oh, yeah, but I don't think I would be the guy. I just don't see. I see, probably more Will or Donnie, something like that. I don't know. I would be more than happy to do an episode, I love the show. It was a wonderful job. It was here in New York City, shot on the streets of New York City. It was wonderful to be a part of it. I've been very lucky. I was part of Sopranos. Secret Life of the American Teenager for 5 years with Molly Ringwald, and this show. Most people don't get one. I was lucky enough to have 3 great shows, so
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
And anything else you want to share that you have coming up in the next few
I'm
months?
doing a couple episodes of Dexter
Oh,
coming up, yeah. So that's a good thing. And then Michael Imperioli and myself and Vinny Pastore, we do Talking Sopranos, Conversation with the Sopranos. We're going to be in New York City at Sony Hall August 18th, our first time in New York City.
Oh.
Yeah, it's our first show here. We have some other shows lined up, Philly and Vegas, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The show is great. If you're a Soprano fan, you don't want to miss it. Q&A, we tell funny behind-the-scenes stories. And I also have a book coming out later in the year, Willie Boy Eats the World. It's a kid's picture book, and I've been working on it. We're waiting for most of the illustrations to come back, and it's a real lot of fun. And Willie Boy takes me, Steve, around the city. It shows me different foods to eat,
Wow.
including fresh pet. But Willie Boy Eats the World.
Great.
So look out for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you.